YAJ effect. YAJ effect. YAJ.
No.
Welcome to YAJ. Welcome to YAJ.
Sisters on a YouTube YAJ Saturday. Something like that.
Yeah.
While she's trying to configure what's going on. First I want to say I love my kids and grandbabies, and tomorrow is my boy's birthday. And like I said, he passed away in September, Dave Macklin, and he'll be 50 years old. Her kids had just buried their dad today, so that was a little rough on them, but they're okay now. And like I said, we still got one more month before the New Year's out, and hopefully things will definitely get better.
I hope. We need it to.
That being said, go ahead and read your what if.
All right. Get to it. All right. What if? If you were a ghost, what mischief would you get into? In other words, what would you do if you're a ghost? And where would you go? Would you haunt somebody? I think I'd go haunt somebody, just for the heck of it.
Me? I'll go to another state.
You might not.
I would go to a Klan rally and tell them I'm a white ghost.
Oh my gosh. Really?
Yeah. I'm like, yeehaw, you can't see my black skin. That's right. Anyway, tonight's subject, and it's obviously that Facebook is not working. Tonight's subject is, you want to bring back something from the good old times, what would it be? And me personally, when I'm thinking about the good old times, I'm thinking about the Blue, where everything was shut down on Sundays, which forced those men who impregnated their girlfriends in high school, or impregnated those women that they didn't like, or those women who just settled for whatever they settled for. That was called a family day. And believe me, when the blue law was in, it was nice to go to the park, have fun. We ate crabs. We did everything. Blaring back then was, it was the 70s.
The 70s were actually fun. 70s and 80s.
Yeah, and the 80s. Where you had the beginning and the tail end of disco and the beginning of a whole new genre. And for us, what do you miss about the 70s, 80s, and 90s? For me, what I miss about that is, some people said, elders. Some people said, honestly, if you go back to that time and era, is it respect for elders, or the simple we had self-respect for ourselves?
I think both.
We understood.
You could even leave your door unlocked and you didn't have a problem.
Exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong. There was a whole lot of murdering, not like that. Some of that was just in certain cities. But in Virginia, we never really had that kind of type of atmosphere. It just depends on where you lived. But for us, think about it. We couldn't wait to get home and watch Love Boat, Fantasy Island, Battle of the Network Stars. I mean, hello, Wonder Woman, $6 Million Man, $6 Million Woman, Different Strokes, I mean, there's a whole lot of list of things. We had a great era, good times. Oh my God, Sanford and Son.
I still watch Sanford and Son sometimes. I mean, even the shows that we had back then, they're still playing them now.
Yeah. Look
But
at
some of the shows that they're trying to remake and stuff, it doesn't, some of them are okay, some of them, no.
right. Three's Company. We came in, it was the tail end of the 70s, and in the 80s started a whole new thing. Magnum PI,
Oh, no, I like
Love
Magnum
Boat, Fantasy Island. What was that other one? There was a huge. Oh, y'all remember on 35 when 35 used to blow it up on Friday nights with all the horror stuff? Elvira.
Elvira.
Oh
Elvira.
my God, that
My
was.
heart's on fire.
But don't y'all forget back in the day that the TVs used to cut off at midnight.
Oh, and you got those snow all over, or you had the flag showing and playing the American
Star Spangled Banner. Yeah.
Now that was that.
Yeah. And on Saturday, the last two shows were Soul Train and Rustling.
Soul Train. And then you had the after school special on Saturday mornings.
Mhm.
You got up and you watched cartoons, and you had the after school special that came on.
Don't y'all remember all this? I do.
Got to sit back, watch cartoons, eat your cereal.
There
Your
was
parents didn't want you in the way. Just do your thing and be quiet.
there was not a whole lot of infomercials. There wasn't a whole lot of anything. They did straight shows. There wasn't a lot of commercials. We didn't have you got a 20-minute show and majority of the rest of it is commercials. A 20-minute show, but it's really 30 minutes. It's just broke up and come on. You're in mid-sentence. Suspense. But you know where they got that from? They got that from the soap opera. Because in the soap opera, that's how they took their breaks and changed scenes. I cherish the 70s and 80s and 90s a lot.
Well, we had good music too. I'm not saying there are some good music now, but the music had upbeat. You had all kinds of, dances. I mean, we have some line dances now and stuff like that, but nothing compared to what it was back then.
Mm.
And the hairdos, the guys and the girls almost had the same hairdos.
It switched back. It switched back to private only. I know what it did. It switched right back. That means somebody's doing that purposely. Because there's not a soul over there. And I guarantee YouTube is glitching. So everybody's going to get this after the fact. I don't know why they're doing that. Share that. Yeah, but you can share it all day long, and it's not going to go nowhere. It's not going to go nowhere until we go back in and fix it again. So basically, in a nutshell, we got a dead show until we share it later. We pretty much covered everything for tonight.
Well, I would love to go back to those days. It seemed like it wasn't as stressful. It was a lot more calmer. Don't get me wrong, you had your issues. And parents would beat your tail too if you did something wrong.
Mm-hmm. But, the thing about the 70s, 80s, and 90s was even though, again, our parents dropped the ball on a lot of things, there's a lot of things that I want people to understand that now this is our time to grow, our time to show. We are learning now what our parents didn't teach us, and that's love, affection, appreciation, because I can't speak for the next generation. But for us who are in the tail end of, we are almost 50 years old, and we have been taught more than what we need to be taught. Yeah. And the whole thing about it is a lot of us are still learning, but we're learning to understand like everything our parents did try to teach us is now starting to work. But unfortunately, because we didn't want what happened to us to affect our children, it kind of turned around and bit us in the ass. So you're gonna have to wait till it's over.
I know, I'm just doing this. This is
Okay.
just something to.
So to that note, people, we're gonna go ahead and head out. If this is gonna keep continuing, I might as well just go ahead and go back to the other camera and just instead of doing it live, I'll be just uploading it because this is not fair to us. We work harder all day, and whoever's switching it back to private,
Why it's going to private? Who knows? This is
I
getting
don't know why.
ridiculous.
And I guarantee once we get on there, we'll be back on private. So to that note, play us out, dog.
Y'all have a good one.
YAJ effect.
Tuesday.
YAJ effect. YAJ.
Gotta figure out something because honestly, this is just not working for me. That's what happened last time. Sure.
And I'm reading.
But we're all
Other professors constantly. And it's not doing it. We're on both sides. Usually when I've done this, we've had that problem. So I get to it. I'll go a little ways down. And I'll see it. But it's not
Welcome to YAJ. Welcome to YAJ.